So we have Sulafa and Avasha. Avasha will present for Durban, Marta.
Martha is not answering.
But Kampala, they couldn't.
Hello, I'm on.
Ah, you are on for Kampala?
No, Kampala is not on, Martha.
Oh yeah, Marta. Sorry.
Martha, we were sending our greetings and you were not responding.
Yeah, I was still trying to get connected. I had some technical issues here to deal with.
Okay.
So happy to see you.
Yeah, you can
Happy
start.
to see you too.
We can start, Marta.
Are we set?
Can start, yes, please.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Besties, and welcome to our webinar celebration of World Environment Day. I am Martha Pufong, the Program Action Director, SIAF, member SI Yaoundé, Cameroon. I am delighted to have this opportunity to serve as your moderator for this event. Today, we are gathered here with shared purpose and commitment to our planet as we recognize and honor World Environment Day under the theme, Our Land, Our Future. We are the restoration generation. First and foremost, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed President Jalila for her tireless effort in putting this webinar together and for our graciously shared times, knowledge, and expertise with all our other members today. Your dedication to environmental conservation and sustainable practices serves as an inspiration to us all. And it is through our leadership that we continue to advance the cause of environmental stewardship. I also want to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you, our valued audience members, for joining us today. Your presence and engagement in this important dialogue reaffirms our collective commitment to safeguarding our planet for future generations. It is through our collaborative efforts that we can effect positive change and create a more sustainable world. As we delve into today's discussion, let us reflect on the significance of World Environment Day and the vital role that each of us plays in shaping the future of our environment. This year's theme, Our Land, Our Future, We Are the Restoration Generation, underscores the urgent need for action and underscores the pivotal role that restoration and conservation efforts play in securing a thriving and healthy planet for generations to come. Throughout today's webinar, we will have the opportunity to explore innovative solutions, share valued insight, and engage in meaningful conversation that will undoubtedly contribute to our collective understanding of the environment, the environmental challenges we face, while also highlighting pathways to progress and positive change. At this point, I would invite SIAF President Jalila to welcome us all. She will also present the objective of this conference. Over to you, President Jalila.
Thank you, dear Marta. Thank you everyone for attending this webinar. Dear sisters, I'm delighted to welcome you today to this webinar on the question of how much crucial to the environment. I voluntarily choose to do this 100% African Soroptimist webinar in order to meet up, get to know each other, discover each other's skills and expertise, and highlight the action carried out by our clubs. Can I ask everyone that is not talking to close the microphone, please? Thank you very much. In these turbulent times that we are living now, even the climate change is changing, and the impact of this change is sometimes catastrophic. Thus, some regions undergo desertification while others are very often flooded. However, these changes have sometimes serious economic repercussions with the displacement of population towards areas supposed with more resources. The people who remain are more vulnerable and are most often women, children, and also the elderly. Whether they stay where they are or move, this creates imbalance, economic imbalance, resources imbalance, health and ecological imbalance. Impoverishment is increasing, and whether in the city or in the countryside, people survive more than they are living. As Soroptimist clubs, I'm telling you nothing. Several of us have been able to make these observations in our areas of activity and have carried out actions to help this neglected population by digging wells, providing seeds or plants, by purchasing equipment and even livestock to help them regain economic activity. Of course, these are just a few examples of the action valiantly carried out by our Soroptimist Club in Africa. And it is in this sense that I invite clubs to subscribe to the SIAF fund for the projects that we launched 1 month ago. I would also like to draw your attention in case clubs have large budget projects related to the preservation of the environment to apply for the United Nations Environment Funds through the UNDP. Alima will tell us about it. I also remind you that for countries where there is a war, it is possible to propose a project to the SE Foundation. Mali was able to benefit from this grant this year. There you have it. I wanted to encourage you to look for money where there is it. And for projects related to the environment, there are quite a few donors ready to finance these costs. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our President, Jalila. We just listened to her, welcoming all of us to this very important webinar. And we'll be calling next on we just listened to President Jalila with an overall view on the raison d'etre of this conversation on the occasion of World Environment Day. Thank you, Jalila.
Yeah,
it is time I call on our next presenter. She is Dr. Alimata Kone. She is an expert in environment and the regional vice president, SIAF West Region, and she is a member of SI Club Doyen Côte d'Ivoire. Over to you, Alimata.
Thank you, Martha. And I will try a bit to make a presentation of myself. I am not a Francophone. I am a bilingual because I did my master's degree in United States. So because of that, I can speak English and like others. I will start my presentation. I'm trying to share. President Jalila, okay, it's okay. Okay. It is an honor for me to speak today about the World Environmental Day. And the theme this year, 2024, is land restoration, desertification, and the resilience, under the slogan, our land, our future, we are regeneration, restoration. And my presentation will be on 8 parts. I didn't divide it, but since I'm talking to Anglophone, I made it this way to make it clear the comprehension. So we'll go through the history of the World Environmental Day, the impact of environmental degradation, the action, the actors such as women on environment restoration, preventive solutions, sustainable development goal, adaptation, and green financing. How did we get there? It was in 1972 that the international community decided to meet at Stockholm. And at that meeting, they chose June 5th as the World Environmental Day. And the first celebration under the slogan, One Planet Earth, took place in 1973 in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Over years, this World Environmental Day has become a global platform to facilitate awareness and leadership about the environmental challenges such as marine pollution, warning, sustainable consumption, and cream for animals. Millions of people have participated over years and have helped to change our consumption habits, as well as at the national and international level for policies.
Hey, I forgot to put that 30,000.
Oh,
I think you going to go put that.
okay.
I'm dropping.
The World Environmental Day of this year focus on land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience under the slogan, as I said, our land, our future, we are regeneration, restoration. The year 2024 also marked the 30th anniversary of the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, since the theme of this year is about desertification. The event will take place in Saudi Arabia, together with the 17th Convention of the Party, that means of countries to combat desertification and land degradation. That will take place from December 2 to December 13. The impact on environmental degradation. The United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification said that up to 40% of the world land is degraded. So the number and the duration graph have increased by 29% since 2000. Without urgent action, drought could affect more than 3/4, that means 75% of the world population by 2050. The action linked to the theme is land restoration. And land restoration is the key pillar of the United Nations Decade on Ecosystem Restoration from 2021 to 2030. And this is essential to achieve the Sustainable Development Goal. The environmental degradation, how can we take care of that? There are urgent action that we should do. We should maintain the natural balances, taking care of water and forestry. We should recognize certain living environment. We should set up nature reserve to conserve fauna and flora in the natural environment. We should limit the commercialization of endangered species such as pangolin because of their scale, even elephant because of their teeth, ivory teeth. We have also taken some solution, and among these solutions, we have to know who are the actors. The first actor are public regulatory bodies such as the United Nations and multilateral bodies such as the GF, UNEP, etc. State, regional, and sub-regional groups such as African Union, European Union, and also civil society. And among civil society, we have NGOs such as Soroptimist International, which is an international NGO. What is the role of women? We cannot think about environment and forget about women. Women fulfill 3 roles: a productive one, which is professional, a reproductive one as mother, as housekeeper, and a role at the level of community. Women like to work by a group. Women are also described as privileged environmental managers by nature over generation. Women are highly dependent on nature to meet their livelihood needs. What should we do? What actions should we do for the restoration? For the restoration, some restoration techniques, you can restore land, you can restore degraded soil by rebuilding the productive potential water and soil, by improving the resilience to future risks, by increasing the sustainability, and women have become more self-reliant through soil restoration for improved agricultural production, which, according to FAO, in the document of September 2019, make women to improve and to generate additional income to support their family and to strengthen food security. What are the other techniques of restoration? We have the biomass and nutrient management through burning and ash, to landfilling and residue or mulching, fertilizer, composting, grazing or ranch land, menu projection, natural fallow or legume enriched fallow, agroforestry, intercropping, and waste management, which is today one of the sectors by a lot of money, a lot of revenue for women through circular economy. Another solution should be combining land. Another preventive solution should be combining land and water management. There are two noises.
Yeah, please,
The
ladies.
solution, preventive solution should be combining land and water management to protect soil. You cannot take care of water without land. You cannot take care of land without water. We should protect also our vegetation cover, which can be a major instrument for soil conservation against wind, water, and erosion. We should integrate land use for grazing and agriculture where conditions allow. We should make nutrient cycle more efficient within farming system. We have a lot of solutions which can be used locally, traditionally. I will cite some of them: empowering local community to prevent desertification and effectively manage dry land resources, adopt alternative livelihoods but do not rely on traditional land use, such as dry land aquaculture, that can be done in desertic area. We should also create a culture of prevention. A culture of prevention requires a change in attitude on the part of government, people such as women and youth, which are the future generation, through better incentives and being resilient. And the persistent solution, as I said, we should use an integrated manner. Integrated land and water management is a key method for preventing desertification. And we will talk now about the Sustainable Development Goal. And the international community, when they met, they try to find some key solution. And to find this solution, they set up some objectives, some goal that countries should reach and meet. And they came up with 17 sustainable development goals, which world leaders adopted in 2015 and are the roadmap for progress that is sustainable and leave no one behind. That means everybody, all the creatures in the world are concerned. And the principal goal of SDG are to end extreme poverty, which is SDG 1, and to fight against inequality and injustice. This is SDG 5 and SDG 16, and to solve climate change problem. This is SDG 13. This is the table where you have the all 17 SDG. 1 is no poverty, 2, zero hunger, 3, good health, 4, education, 5, gender equality, 6, clean water and sanitation, 7, affordable and clean energy, 8, decent work and economic growth, 9, industrial innovation and infrastructure, 10, reduce inequality, 11, sustainable city, 12, responsible consumption and production, 13, climate action, 14, below water, that ocean, 15, life on land, 16, peace, justice, and strong institution, and 17, partnership for the goal. And this is partnership for all international institutions taking care of environment. And we have to put an emphasis in gender equality. Achieving gender equality and women empowerment is an integral part of each of the 17 goals. Gender equality is a right. UN Women in 2000 18 flagship report from Promise Action. Gender equality by 2030 agenda for sustainable development is virtual data storage, video, and publication that illustrate why gender equality matter across the sustainable development goal and how they impact the life of women and girls globally. And then we are moving toward some example. Our topic is about land degradation. So I talk about adaptation. People should adapt. We should move toward alternative livelihoods that do not depend on traditional land use only, and make people less demanding on soil and natural resources, and yet provide sustainable income. And for local community can prevent desertification and ensure effective management of resources available in dry land, but they are often limited in the option. The transition through green climate fund will help for project implementation. Taking care of restoration, taking care of desertification can be done through project, but these people, women or youth, they need financing to finance the project to make it a reality. I will introduce you.
You are very young.
11,000 plus.
11,500.
Excuse me.
You never.
Don't disturb me. Okay, we talk about this is okay. This is my last my last picture, taking action climate. The solution to move from problem to action. These are through green fund. And the first fund, we have a new SIAF project fund. President Jalila talked about just a way through when she was making the introduction. We have also the GEF, Global Environment Facility Fund. And the Global Environment Facility Fund have created a microfinancing fund for NGOs such as Soroptimist. We have other green climate fund, which can finance big projects and micro.
11,500. How can I do it 10,500?
We have a World Bank Climate Investment Fund.
Excuse-moi, Alima, pardon. Alima, pardon de te couper. C'est le moment le plus intéressant. Il y a des voix, on n'entend rien du tout.
Oui, mais c'est ça. Je sais pas
Elisabeth Oloboussi, Elisabeth, please mute yourself, please. Elisabeth, we can't hear the speakers. Please mute yourself. Elisabeth Oloboussi, please mute yourself. Please, Elisabeth. Thank you. Merci.
Okay.
Tu peux continuer. Merci.
Okay. This was the end of my presentation, but it is the most important part because even if you're taking care of
everybody is speaking,
restoration,
you can play back after, right?
Even if you are taking care of restoration,
so what are you trying to do?
You need financing.
Bon.
You need financing, and the solution comes through financing. And the international community, countries, NGOs, all have set up some fund, some environmental fund. And we as SIAF, we have our new SIAF project fund, but President Jarida talked before. We have the Global Environment Facility, who has financing for biggest project, but they have a micro grant project for NGOs like Soroptimis. We have also Green Climate Fund, the GCF. The GCF also have micro fund for NGOs such as Soroptimis. We have the World Bank Climate Investment Fund, that for biggest fund, biggest project. They are using biggest project because they said that the impact on environmental preservation is bigger, but they are also encouraging micro projects because many micro projects can have more impact on environmental preservation. We have national fund. In my country, for instance, we have environmental national fund in Benin also, and in some countries, because international community advise countries to set up national fund. And we have now what we call carbon financing. And carbon financing is linked to environmental, to the restoration, because it is by forest restoration that you can have additional financing through carbon finance. And I can talk here about Professor Wangari Maathai of Kenya, who got the World Nobel Prize by planting trees. So this is a good example. And International Environmental Day took place in some of our countries. In 1987, it was in Kenya, Nairobi. 1995 in Pretoria, South Africa. And in 2023, just 2023, last year, it took place in Cote d'Ivoire, and the topic was plastic solution. And as you know, plastic is also destroying our environment, and the international community have set up a lot of financing to solve this problem, and we can use it. Yesterday, for instance, when we were making the French presentation, a lady, our sister from RDC, talked about the pollution, plastics pollution, and I advise her to use circular economy to recycle this plastic solution. And this is another way to find a lot of money for our community, I mean our women community. Thank you very much. I have finished my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. It was wonderful listening to our environmentalist. She is Dr. Alimata Kone. It was very enriching listening to you. We listened to your 8-part presentation that started with the history of World Environment Day that started in 1972. Throughout, if action is not taken, 75% of the world will face climatic disaster. So we have to take urgent actions to prevent or protect the flora and fauna of our respective communities. We cannot talk about environment without talking about women. They are directly involved. So women are called upon to work so very hard to make sure that they practice the various techniques to sustain the earth, restore the earth, and the women are called upon as mothers because they directly deal with the soil. So sustainability and prevention of our fauna and flora is mostly the responsibility of women. And there are some 3 SDGs that has been stated to resolve environmental degradation at the benefit of the woman. This is to end extreme poverty, fight against inequality and injustice, as well as gender equality. Well, there's so much information to digest, and we'll be informing our members, our audience, that they can always go to SIAF website for details of what we just heard from our sisters. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you also talked about the funding organizations. I will want that at the end of this webinar, you have to come back to it because it is very important. We cannot carry all these activities without finances. So, Doctor, please, we'll come back to you and you explain to us detailing where we stand and how we can get funding to realize. That will be during the question and answer section of this program. Thank you very much for your brilliant performance. We will be moving on to the next step of our webinar this evening. And our presentation, as you all have heard today, is on English. It's our English presenters who are presenting today. On our program, we have 3 clubs: SI Khartoum, SI Kampala, SI Durban. They will be sharing examples of best practices to educate and inspire clubs in SIAF. SI Kampala project is on reforestation and sustainability education. SI Khartoum will present their Green Dream project that promotes sustainable practices and community engagement, while SI Durban will be showcasing their school gardens project. You have to listen to them keenly and enjoy and share and see what we can learn from other clubs. Dear best sisters, may your before you start your introduction or your presentation, make sure you first of all introduce yourself. And take note that you have just 10 minutes to present your project. So, who is coming on first? Who is ready? Which of the clubs are ready?
Khartoum club is ready. Hello, all of you, my sister. I'm so happy meeting you today and present my presentation about our experiment in Green Dream.
Can you present yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Dr. Intisar Abdurrahim Bashir from Optimist International Khartoum Club. And today I will present for you the Green Dream. Okay, thank you.
I made you co-host, so you can, if you have a presentation, you can present by yourself.
Yeah. I want to share.
You can click on share the green.
Yeah. I click on share, and then. Yeah. Yes.
Margaret, would you mind to please, close your, thank you very much.
Desktop. بعمله بلاي عادي. ما يبز على ذلك. يلا يلا بجد أكد ده عشان ده يصير. Yes, the project title is started in August 2021 up to March 2023. As introduction, the Green Dream projects aim to promote sustainable practices and community engagement by encouraging home gardening and planting of fruit trees in the school and streets. A person must eat varying quantity and multiple types of all nutrients necessary for health life cycle for all age groups, male and females. The thing that's affected by the economic situation and affect the household expenditure budget, so options become weaker as the economic situation decline and consumption is limited to the least and near available items at prices commensurate with the priorities of household expenditure needs. This reflects in the general health and nutritional level of family members. Home gardening contributes greatly solving this problem as home gardening provides vegetables of all local kinds, so thereby helping to save expenses and thus providing the opportunity to provide other types of food by purchasing them or acquiring them as part of the farm, thus completing the integrated healthy nutritional cycle. In addition to that, ensuring cleanness and excellent plants with high quality natural and healthy specification due to the lack of use of fertilizer and pesticides that harm plants and humans. Yes. My voice is clear, please, my sister. Is it clear? Is my voice clear for all of you, my sister?
Yes, your voice is clear.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's clear. It's clear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Optimist International Khartoum Club is in collaboration with Mazaya organization. This organization, it is a charity organization where they so this Optimist Club work with this Mazaya organization. Both of them were to spread the spirit of solidarity and teamwork. And in this project, partnership were created with all parties that can contribute to its establishment and success. This project aimed to raise awareness about the importance of forest, biodiversity, and sustainable land management. By actively involving individuals, schools, and local communities, Green Dream seeks to enhance environmental consciousness and foster a greener future. The objective of this project is to promote sustainable food production and environmental awareness to improve access to fresh fruits in the community, to enhance green spaces and beautify school and streets. The methodology in this project is as follows. After the sites were distributed based on the geographical location surrounding the club members, each member lists the targeted sites near them. Then they communicate with the official and obtain approval to begin work. I mean the official or the responsible person at school and so on. Likewise, every member responsible for the neighborhood must communicate with the neighborhood elders and give them sufficient information and must take from them a promise to commit to follow up on the care of the seedling or the planted or cultivated plant that were planted in the neighborhood, which were mango, lemon, and guava. The visits were done bi-monthly in the first 3 months to follow up on the seedling. So that during these 3 months, there is 6 visits carried out so that the problems were comforted and solved as quickly as possible if they occur. Then monthly visits. The importance of the project was emphasized in every visit by members of the club to official or the responsible person in the school, and they trained on how to care for seedling so that information was delivered to students through officials. Until March of the previous year, that means 2023, about 200 mango, lemon, and guava trees had been planted in Khartoum state. The home gardening was started by harvesting vegetable in Shambat, which is at north of Khartoum. Various household plots were planted collectively in solidarity. Our goal in this project was for self-sufficiency for families, but for sure we faced with challenges such as the lack of large spaces, and some of the women live in apartments on high floors. So we taught them method of agriculture using plastic materials such as baskets and barrels. This was an amazing success, and the women enjoyed these innovative methods. Here I will show some photos during this project. The first one is the orientation session, which is carried by the member of Soroptimist Club, Khartoum Soroptimist Club. Yes, and here distributing the seedling for the club member. By the way, all these things is carried out by volunteers. And here is the seedlings for distribution in targeted places such as schools or streets. Here is club members planting the seedling. Here is Sumaya. And this is a club member planting the seedling. Yes, Sulafa, yeah. And here, the club member planting in the houses. Yeah. Also at the school. And this is a cultivation as a compartment at higher flowers. Yes, thank you for listening. And you want to comment? Yes. Mm, that the challenging for this project. Yes. The challenging which facing this yes. Yes. Yes, yeah. Yes. Okay. As I mentioned, there is challenging facing this project, such as land, and then also the compartment at Fire Flower. And I think it can be solved by what is called soilless cultivation. Yes. Thank you for listening.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
That's so
Intisar. Please, ladies, mute your microphone. Please, ladies. Again, mute your microphone, please. Sejal, 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 please close mute your microphone. Sejal. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, back to you, Martha.
Thank you very much, SI Khartoum. We listen with keen attention to your Green Dream project. Your project is inspiring and motivating. I hope we've learned a lot from what you are doing. We are calling on the next club. We're supposed to have SI Kampala with us. Are they around? SI Kampala, are you around? Please, we are looking forward to your presentation. 10 minutes, SI Kampala. While waiting for SI Kampala, can we go over to SI Durban? If SI Durban is ready, please can we have your presentation? SI Durban, your presentation is on
I'm ready.
Cool Gardens. SI Durban.
I'm ready. I'm just finding my presentation.
Okay, take your time. Take your
You're
time.
co-host now.
Take your time.
Are you all able to see my screen?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet. Now, are you all able to see my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Awesome.
Full screen, please.
I'm trying to just drop my, sorry, one moment for me. I just need to. Sorry, a moment for me. Just finding my way. Strange. You do it every day, and then when you have to present, you like faffing around.
Yeah, this, no, just.
Gosh, where's full screen? Come.
You have it in the bottom here, near the book. No, the second. No, the last one in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Awesome. So welcome everyone to my presentation on World Environment Day. Today, we are excited to share our school gardens projects under the theme, Our Lands, Our Future. We are the hashtag Restoration Generation. This theme underscores our collective responsibility and commitment to restoring and protecting our planet's precious ecosystems. Our lands are the foundation of our existence, providing us with resources we need to survive and thrive. Yet, human activities have pushed our natural environments to their limits. The consequences of these actions are far-reaching, impacting not only the health of our planet, but also our own well-being and the future of generations to come. My presentation will cover overview of SI Durban's school gardens projects, project goals, objectives, and impact. It'll showcase our school gardens in KZN, South Africa. I will cover the reflection and future plans of our school gardens and a call to action. I am Avasha Singh, President of SI Durban Club in KZN, South Africa. As per Dr. Alamata, as she alluded to earlier in her presentation, SI Durban School Gardens projects are aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We focus particularly on Goal 15, which is life on land, and Goal 11, which is sustainable cities and communities, amongst other of the Sustainable Development Goals. This project impacts an average of 800 to 900 learners and subsequently their families. SI Durban is committed to promoting SI Durban is committed to promoting sustainability and education in our community. We have taken significant steps to establish vegetable gardens in multiple schools in KZN. We aim to set up veg gardens in 5 Durban schools by the end of 2024. Thus, we have school gardens. Ladies, please can I ask you to mute?
Please, Sister Sidig, Enas Sidig, please. Adiambum, no, I say Enas Sidig. That's okay. She closed the. That's okay. You can continue, Abashat. Sorry for that.
Thank you. No problem. Our objectives are to foster an understanding of sustainable. Our objectives are to foster an understanding of sustainable food cultivation amongst learners, to educate learners on growing their food sources, thus promoting self-sufficiency and environmental stewardship. We aim to empower learners with essential life skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. And like I said earlier on, we are in multiple schools across KZN. So our first school that I'd like to showcase and highlight is the Greenbury Secondary School project. Greenbury Secondary School is situated in Phoenix in KZN. It's one of the marginalized areas in our community, where we aim to educate learners about growing sustainable food sources. As you can see in these pictures, this is the school garden. We try and utilize whatever space we have available within our schools. Okay, so they actually had their first harvest, which is the picture that's on display at the moment. That little harvest that there was their inaugural harvest, and they had a student take home this harvest. The harvest is not just food, it represents the fruits of their labor, learning, and their collaboration and teamwork. So as you can see, it may be small harvest to you guys, but it actually went home to a family who was able to provide a meal. That was the first harvest of Greenbury Secondary School. Then we have our project Industrial Primary School. Industrial Primary School, this is a partnership project where we partner with Butterfly Promotions. And this project is actually flourishing. And as you can see, the learners are the primary school learners, but they are already able to sustain this garden. Moving on to our next school, that's Avoca Secondary School. Avoca Secondary School recently, the learners of grade 11 and 12 formed a club called Seroptimist International Durban Youth Activate. And these young learners have started a sustainable food garden. They hope to have their first harvest this winter. So they haven't had a harvest yet. This garden will bring immense benefits to the girls involved in various ways. It would provide practical education, nutrition and health, empowerment and skills development, community engagement, and environmental impacts. Okay, also on our sustainable food cultivation, education on food sources and empowering learners is also other goals that we hope to achieve with our projects. And in understanding sustainability, we encourage our learners to learn the importance of sustainable practices in agriculture. The garden also serves as a hands-on classroom where theoretical knowledge is put into practice. In growing knowledge, students are educated on processes involved in growing their own food sources. They learn about soil health, plant care, and the importance of organic farming. In life skills development, the project empowers learners with essential life skills such as responsibility, teamwork, and problem solving. These skills are invaluable and extend beyond the garden into their daily lives. So as we reflect on our school projects and the future plans for the gardens, on reflecting on our journey, we see that an immense potential in integrating sustainable practices into education. So looking forward, we plan to expand this initiative to more schools and continue nurturing the next generation of environmental stewards. I would like to put out an appeal to all the SI sister clubs and invite you to support our SI Durban club and our school gardens project. So the clubs you can support in any way you can, whether you'll have seedlings or whatever it is you'd like to send. But I think funds would be easier because stuff is very often lost in our post. We have a poor postal system. So specifically, we're looking at adding JoJo tanks. JoJo tanks are water tanks. So we want to install these water tanks in schools to ensure that the gardens can thrive despite the water shortage in KZN. And some of the challenges that we face are environmental challenges. We also face challenges of funding. And environmentally recently, as you all have heard, KZN has had a tornado, and that possibly damaged our school gardens. We have not received reports or feedback yet because the learners haven't gone back to school in some of the cases. So we also have the climate change, as President Jalila alluded to, that in these turbulent times we have climate change issues, and Durban is certainly facing that. Hence, we have the infrastructure damage, and often we don't have water supplies to schools. So the JoJo tanks will collect water and ensure that the gardens can thrive with the water. So we also hope that as we go forward, that the Sustainable Food Garden Project will enrich girls' lives through education, improved health, empowerment, community involvement, and environmental sustainability. We are the #Restoration Generation, empowered to make a difference. Each action we take, no matter how small, contributes to the larger goal of creating a sustainable future. So let us pledge to be mindful stewards of our environment, to educate others on the importance of restoration, and to advocate for policies that prioritize the health of our lands. Together, we can ensure that our lands remain vibrant and capable of supporting life for future generations. We will be continuing with this project at another 3 schools in 2024. So watch out for it, and thank you for your attention. Thank you, President Jalila.
Thank you, Avasha. Martha, back to you.
Thank you, Avasha of SI Durban School Veg Garden. We are so happy to know that your project is in line with SDG 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. What a wonderful practice. Your project is very enticing and emulating. It's a success story in cultivating sustainability and education, as well as going into partnership with a butterfly promotion. That's wonderful to hear. Empowerment and skill development, nutrition and health is one of your main objectives. You promote hands-on classroom, teamwork and problem solving. This ambitious program of SI Durban Veg Garden School project to prevent environmental degradation and promote sustainability for our future generation. Thank you very much, Avasha SI Durban.
Thank you.
We are moving on to almost to the end of the program, and this time we'll be talking about question time. Question time. We know our audience; they've been listening keenly. That is, if we don't have SI Kampala, if SI Kampala is not with us, are you around? No indication?
No.
Can we move on to question answers? Question and answers, this will take 15 minutes. So our audience will be listening keenly to those very rich presentations. Can you please bring in your own contributions to see how we can together cultivate a deeper appreciation for the natural world by empowering ourselves to become change agents. So please, 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 we are ready. Just by a show of hand, we are ready for your questions or your own contributions. You may not have questions, but you have remarks to make. Please, come on. We have, I'm seeing here on the screen, we have Judith. SIAF. Judith. Hello, Judith. Is Judith Apondo? Yes, Judith Apondo. We are so happy to have you on. Welcome, Judith. Judith from Kenya Network. Welcome, Judith. Floor is yours, Judith.
Judith, we can't hear you. No sound, Judith.
Network. Poor network.
No, Judith, no sound. Yeah, maybe you have to check out and come back again. And where is Martha? You have another person. Judith, you can.
We have Karine.
Check out and come back.
Kosa. We have Philomena Ofuafu from Nigeria, I know. We have, and that's all. We have a lady, Oloma Banasto.
Yes,
we
yes,
have
please.
3 persons waiting. Yeah. Please take the floor. Whoever is ready, please take the floor.
Okay, that's question and answer session.
Yes.
Is that question? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, the ESCO of SIAF. Lady Uloma Banaso from SI Nigeria, a past president of SI Surulere, a local chapter. Yeah, I thank you very much for organizing this webinar. My question goes to SI Cartoon. Yeah, on the project Green also, Dream Green. Yes, I thank you for your lucid presentation. I learned a lot personally. I just want to ask, first of all, to congratulate your club for doing this. I just want to ask, how did you people source for the seedlings? The seedlings. We know that globally things are quite expensive. So how did your club source for the seedlings? Is it from government or private? For you to now congregate to teach, neighborhoods, elders, on how to do that in their backyards and even in buckets. The innovation is so, attracting, for you to teach them to even those that are living on the high rise to have the opportunity of keying into the project by using buckets and plastics, to plant. Kindly inform us how you came about the seedlings that you were able to distribute. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm done. I'm done, please.
Yeah, thank you, Lady Aloma,
Thank you.
and for your question, from where we obtain seedlings. Yes, I think I want to mention that this project completely is carried out by donation and volunteer. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, seedlings. We obtain it privately from some volunteer from their special gardening, and then we cultivate them and distribute them for cultivation, as I mentioned, in school and houses. So it is, and the next question of you, the method for cultivation by using basket and plastic. Yeah, we obtain barrels and then make some points on it, to facilitate the entrance of air for the seedling, and by this method we can cultivate them in higher flower. This is what we carried out. Okay. But as I think, and I mentioned that there is a challenging facing this problem. One of them, this high compartment, isn't it? But so I think the optimum way for solving this problem or challenging by making what is called soilless cultivation. Soilless cultivation.
Soilless.
Soilless. Yeah. By this method, you reserve, you can do the project or cultivation in a very small area, so you solve the problem of land. Okay. And secondly, you solve the problem of high places or high floor. I hope I answered your question, Lady Oloma.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. Yes. I hope others have learned. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for
Good evening,
that.
good evening, sisters. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Karen, SI Accra.
Okay.
SIAF. My name is Karen.
Come on, please.
Can you hear? Can I go ahead? Okay. My question is addressed to Alimata. It's in regard to the FAO recommendations and the fact that we need to link these to educating women at the grassroots level. And my question is, how are we going to do this? Put these recommendations into simple terms. The second part of the question is related to the accessing of funds. How do clubs access the funds that are available? Because very often we are told that funds are available, but we're not told how we can access those funds. So much as we have the ideas and the plans to carry out certain projects to address certain SDGs, we are stuck when it comes to accessing the funds because we don't know how. I'll stop here for now. I have a series of questions, but I'll stop here so that she can address the questions I've asked.
Okay. Can I respond? Hello,
Yes,
Karen.
you can.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. The first question, I don't think I have understood very well, but it was related to women and education, right? Okay. Okay, with women and education, that's a big topic. It is transversal because it has part of environment. Since we said that the protection of the environment starts by women. Women should know about a lot of things about environment. And since if they are not educated, it is, I can say, not a lack, because they have traditional knowledge. So in the area of environment, it is the problem of sharing the experiences from traditional to modern. But we as Soroptimi should advise, but our women, even if they didn't go to school before, they can take some courses to be at the level of understanding some projects, because all these projects in the area of environment are linked to chemical. If you don't go to school, it will be difficult to understand what is the bad effect of chemical, what is the impact of chemical on land, even on human health. Okay, now for the financial aspect, what all we're talking about is related to the financing aspect. And the international community have set up a lot of funds, but you have to know where these funds are, and you have to know the criteria to get this fund. And usually environmental funds are grants. So you don't have to reimburse, country don't have to reimburse. We just have to sign the international community agreement. For instance, climate change convention. Today we're talking about the certification convention. They have to sign this agreement. And then the first green fund was the GF. The GF has been created since 1991. It has fund for biggest projects. It has fund for medium-sized projects. It has also fund for small grant. And this small grant project, you can get it through your UNDP office. The UNDP offices in all of our countries have the national coordinator of AGP projects. And the amount is up to $50,000. And it is all grant, but they will ask you to give something, because this project, you have to have a co-financing. But the co-financing shouldn't be money. It could be natural, it could be land if you are a group of women, if you have a land, and if the land belongs to you, you can evaluate the cost of the land and said, we have land. And then the SGP, they call it Small Grant Program, the SGP can finance the complement. And we have also our new SIAF project. The total amount is $1,000, but it is said the criteria, if you want to get the fund, you have to put as a co-financing 50% of this amount, and SIAF will provide the other. And you can get the project, the financing once a year. So that is also an opportunity for financing. You have a green GCF, Green Finance Climate Fund, which are also financing for small projects. But what I'm advising is to get in touch with your Ministry of Environment or your ministry in charge of water and forestry, because they are in touch with a lot of European countries who provide money. Even on the bilateral level, you can get financing through embassy like United States, like France, like the Nordic countries. They are most environmental. That's why in 1972, the first international community meeting took place in Stockholm. So I think I have answered to your question, Karen.
Thank you, Alima, but my question, maybe it wasn't phrased properly, is how do we as Soroptimists access these funds? Because a lot of the time, you go to UNDP, they will tell you they only do business with governments. NGOs. You see?
That's why
I worked with UNDP before. There's a standard, they deal with governments, not with individuals or NGOs. So it becomes very, very difficult to access those funds.
No. I have the address. When you go to SGP network, you will get the name of your Ghana National SGP National Coordinator. And you call him, you take an appointment, he will explain to you. It is for all NGO. But let me tell you something. When we had our project in Cote d'Ivoire, we went to our AGP office, but we said we are Soroptimist International. They said they don't finance international. They are noise. Someone is talking. They said they don't finance for international NGO, but in the case of Soroptimist, it is true that we are linked to SI. But in our individual country, we have our what we call it, our constitution, our bylaw. We have our bylaw, and our bylaw are signed by our government. So when you go to UNDP office, you should show them your country document, and then you can get the money.
The bylaws are supposed to be signed by our government. Okay.
Because we have the Sorotimi SI document, but our different club belong to, they are in the rule, under the rule of a government where we are. For instance, in Cote d'Ivoire, our bylaw is adapted to Cote d'Ivoire. It is signed by the Ministry of Security of Cote d'Ivoire, in Nigeria, in Ghana, and so on. So, I will find the name of your coordinator and get it to send it to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I think there was another question I was going to ask, but I think you've answered it already. It was to do with pesticides and pesticide residues, but I think yes, you've answered that.
I can answer that. You know, pesticide, in our tradition, women are linked to nature, they were using traditional pesticide. But right now, the type of pesticide we are using are not good for our health, because when they use it in tomatoes, and the tomatoes are, for instance, in Cote d'Ivoire, and if the tomato is exported to Ghana, you are in Ghana, when you get the tomato and you eat, and this bad pesticide is in, it will affect your body, your son, and it will give you, at the long time, it can create cancer. So modern pesticides are not recommended. We should put an emphasis on natural pesticide, which is which our traditional people know, and they used to do it. Even at the level of the national community, with the share of experiences, we are coming back to traditional pesticide.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good evening. Should I talk? I'm Philomena Fafo from PAX Nigeria, Program Action Officer of Nigeria. Thanks very much for this webinar. We really gained a lot from it, and it's really giving me an eye-opener into what Sorotimi is really talking about. When it comes to club, I'm beginning to wonder, because in Nigeria, we have a lot of clubs. So coming together, it means that we have to come together as a group, as one entity, to do a project. And because we have so many projects that are ongoing by clubs individually, but not as a group. Like we have a school project on agriculture and all that. So within a school setting, yes, we do that. But as a group coming together, we have to have one formidable front on which we showcase our program. That is where I'm just explaining that is our own internal problem. But the thing I want to talk about here is, one, like you have answered it partially when you talk about assessing the fund. I remember 3 years back, one of our club in Enugu had an asset of afforestation. We were asked to go on and meet our government to talk about it so they can have the grant and all that. We tried all our best, like what the lady just said. They said they don't fund an NGO. And Sorotimi, in a way, it's just look upon as not a pressure group. It's an NGO for women. Maybe the registration is not properly linking us into one of the NGOs that they are funding, because they have already a funding NGOs in their organogram. And so we couldn't get anything. So in Nigeria, it's difficult assessing any of these funds. I want to suggest that if Sorortimis, as a body, SIAF, could have a project they want to fund, maybe a project like this, they intend to fund it, raising the money, and the club that wins the competition is funded. As at the end of the tenure, we are able to showcase that this is our contribution to either environment, either to education and the get child, or disability and all that. So it becomes a pet project funded by SIAF in countries. So in that case, we have one voice saying the same thing at the same time. And because also when we look at environmental issue, climate and environmental issue, in Nigeria, we have a problem of what do I call it now? People going to the farm these days becoming so difficult because of problem of what is the name I want to use that? People attacking them and all that.
Insecurity.
Thank you. I'm trying to call insecurity and all that. And so we are trying to bring in, you could do it at home. Like when you talk about, you can plant it on the plastic, you can do this, you can do that at home, not going to the farm. But for how many people and for how long? Because the project was looking at today, I'm saying, will you go back at the end for the harvesting to know what is happening, how the children are faring, or is it just there? Because agriculture is no longer in our school program here. Most schools in the urban area, agriculture is not there. So it's difficult for you to now go to the schools, put them out to do such things. But you could do it with the women, the local women within the environment. But my question is that how does SIAF fund a project for us so we all key into such projects? Thank you.
Okay, I will try to respond for my part. And Philomena, I don't know if you get the right, you knock at the right door, because Nigeria is a donor country at the GF, Global Environment Country, like a Global Environment Facility like Côte d'Ivoire. In Nigeria, you have an environmental agency, a big environmental agency. And you have what they call the GF Operational Focal Point. And the GF Operational Focal Point is working at this environmental agency. And as an NGO, because President Jalila, maybe you should explain to ladies, because ladies, when they are outside, they say we are optimists. Like if we were like Lions Club and Inner Club, no. We are international NGO. As an NGO, you have some rights. As a as a Lion Club, you are not NGO. You have money, but you put together and you finance your project. And then by financing your project, you make a lot of noise, a lot of publicity in news to say that you are going to make this type of project. But with NGO, it is completely different. NGO, that means you don't have money, you don't have enough money, but you should contribute. Your contribution could be in terms of loan, in terms of, I was giving the example of land, in terms of grant. You can take grant from another. For instance, you have foundation, communication agencies such as Orange, MTN, MTN. They are in Côte d'Ivoire, they are in Nigeria, in South Africa. They have their foundation, they finance environmental project. So you go there and you can get more co-financing to finance your project. Now, talking about Nigeria, you have a lot of clubs. I think 24 clubs. You can all together have an idea, a project idea. If you have a project idea, you can also go through your government now, not NGO. You can go through your government to get the financing at the level of medium-sized projects. So it is possible. This I'm talking about GF. It is the same thing for GCF, Green Climate Fund. It is the same thing. Through your government, you can get, they have a lot of opportunity of green financing. Even the World Bank, even at the bilateral level, you don't lead your government at the bilateral level. You go to an embassy like United States Embassy, you set up an appointment and you go to present your project. If you can finance your project, we will tell so, and you will do it. This is not the problem of government. This is a problem of, I mean, private level, NGO level. Now, Jalila, you could continue. This is what I was able to say about the financing.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Alima. I just want to add something. You talk about it. It's about the project funds that SIAF launched 1 month ago. It's an opportunity for clubs to finance a small project. Yes, we are aware that the amount is very very small, if you want. Yeah, but it's the first experience for SIAF, and we want to put all the thing in the right place. So that's why we started with this small amount. But I encourage all clubs to participate to this project because it's a SIAF project, and we need to. This fund is supposed to continue years after year. So we must encourage and continue to finance those projects, even it's small project. Even you can take a part of a big project and just that is the amount of 1,000, and then you can continue. You can apply for this grant. So this is an opportunity also for small projects. Thank you.
Sorry, ma. Sorry, President. What is the? Can we have it again reposted on the platform? I don't think I have an idea about it, about this project grant that you're talking about. Yeah, really? I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't read it.
Yeah, maybe. So we can.
President Jalila.
Yes.
President Jalila.
Oui.
Can I talk?
Oui.
As West Africa Vice President, I have shared this information, the letter, from all the documents to all our ambassadors. And the ambassadors are supposed to spread the information to the different clubs. And some countries have already started providing their projects.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah. In Nigeria, you have the biggest country of our region. So we are waiting for your projects.
Yeah, Philomena, you can ask Philomena, you can see with your ambassador or with Abiola, the president, the network president. She received all documents. Please contact them.
Okay, thank you. But I don't, the PhD, Program Action, can also share it from that angle. Is it not possible?
J'ai pas compris.
Program Action Director of SIAF
Yes.
to also share it to our own group. So it come as a draft document to everybody. It's possible?
This is
Okay.
Martha.
It is possible.
Martha is Program Action Director. Yeah, it's possible.
It is possible, but we are the channel of communication. When we are the member of the board, when we are allowed, authorized to share the information, it is through our platform. And we did that. And all the ambassadors are reacting. I don't know why Nigeria is not reacting. But you have changed your ambassador. The new ambassador name is in the platform, and she received the document.
Abiola, if you remember, Alima, all networks presidents are the ambassador for their country. So normally you have to contact and to be in touch with Abiola, with Mr. Abiola. Yeah. She had all the information, and as RVP Alima said, there are channels for communication, so we can just respect those channels. So, but all information was spread very, very widely inside Africa. You can be sure about that. Yeah, thank you very much, Fedimana. Thank you very much. Martha?
Well, that is great. You know, financing is very, very important in the realization of any project. We've heard it from the horse's own mouth on how we can get funding. So our dear sisters, I hope our worries have been laid to rest. We can get it at the level of our ministries in our various countries. We can get it from our United Nations Development Fund Program office in our various countries using the bylaws of our countries in relation to international funding. So let's not stay behind. Let's take the bull by the horn and move on and see how we can finance those projects. Thank you very much, Dr. Alima, for throwing more light on financing. Any more questions? We still have Judith. Is Judith ready? Is Judith around?
Can you now hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Judith, we are hearing you. Come on, Judith.
Okay, thank you, Martha. Actually, mine is not a question. It's just to congratulate our presenters. That is a very well-researched presentation. Thank you so much. Particularly, my question would have been about funding, which has been elaborately explained. Thank you so much for organizing this. I wanted to make a comment also about Kampala Club. This is a club that I participated courtesy of SIAF office in chartering them on the 9th of December last year. And this was their flag project. It's a very good project where members, they bring up, they put money together, give to the women in the community to plant seedlings, and then those seedlings they sell, and 10% of the money comes back to the club. When you are calling Kampala Club, I tried to call the Mary, the president of Kampala Club, and also Sophia, the ambassador, but they did not respond. I just hope you have a write-up about that particular project. It's a very, very good project. It involves a lot of community members, and the money comes back to the club, which I think somebody was talking about. How do we involve the community? That is what the SI Club of Kampala is doing. Otherwise, mine is to thank the organizers and the presenters very, very much. Thank you so much. This was very, very informative. Thank you, Martha and Jalila.
Mahta, you have some hand up. Is Kayanga, Victoria, Karen, and Betty, and maybe we will finish after Betty.
Okay.
Kayanga.
Who is the next? Who is ready? Is it Betty Solomon?
Hello?
Victoria, yes.
Hi.
Okay, there you, yes. Wasike is there.
I don't want to take long because I know people have been listening in for long. Congratulations for a wonderful webinar. I want to support the African board in terms of communication. We do get all the communication about everything. And I want to challenge ourselves at our networks, at our club levels. When we get a role like president, when we get a role like a program director and communications, we need to cascade the information down to our clubs, because that is how we end up saying we didn't get information, but it's because somebody is taking a docket that they are not doing the duty. So I want to congratulate the African board. They have really tried to communicate. Martha Pofong, thank you so much. We get all the communication. Thank you very much. That is all I had to say.
Thank you very much, Wasiki, for that acknowledgement. It's motivating and encouraging. We are together. We will be calling on our next. We have some other person, Karen. Karen, are you ready?
It's Kayanga here.
Yes, I am.
Kayanga was the first one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much. President Chalila and our program director, Mother Pufong, and all the presenters. I just wanted to mention, first of all, to thank Ali Matter for the presentation and the Taban and Sudan presentation. They were wonderful. And I am the program director for Kenya. And one of the things that is really working in the communities of
Kayanga?
on food security is making sure that every family can feed themselves. Kitchen garden. And you hear me?
Food security.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, hello.
We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. Hello?
The sound is very bad.
Maybe she can type on the chat. It seems our network is not very good. Yeah. It's a network, I think.
Yeah, I think it's network.
Okay.
Karen, can you talk, Karen?
Yes, I'm here. First of all, to thank Madam President and moderator and all the presenters. Wonderful program, very inspiring, very informative. My question is still on funding. I need to only clarify a point. So it's addressed to Alima. In applying for, where is it? You mentioned the bylaws as the empowering document. I would like clarification. Is it our bylaws, the Constitution, or the registration document? Because we are required to register at the country level with the Ministry of, well, in Accra, I think it's social welfare or something, as an NGO. And I believe that this is the document you were talking about that empowers us then to approach. Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you. That's all I needed to clarify.
Yes.
Thank you very
Because
much.
if you go with the SI by law or constitution, we said that it is international level.
It's an internal document.
Yeah, it is
An
internal document.
But we need the government one, the registration with the ministry. That is what empowers us to approach the donor community.
As Ghana NGO. Yeah.
Okay, we will make sure we do that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Betty.
Yeah, thank you very much. I also think it was a very good program. And like Karen said, very inspiring. And I have really learned a lot this afternoon. My question is about the school garden project in Durban. I would like to know, how did they go about the garden? Was it as part of the school curriculum, or they did it outside school hours? How did they do it? Or they had certain days that they will go to the children and help them with the garden? I find it particularly fascinating because I've always said that if we want to really make an impact when it comes to the environmental issues, it has to start with the children. We have to let it go down to the schools, secondary school, primary schools. So in Ghana, I think if Seroptimus Ghana, different clubs, if we can start this school project, I think it will really make an impact. So I'd like to know from Durban how they did it. Was it part of the curriculum? Was it outside school hours, or if they had certain days of the week that they went to the schools to do it? Thank you.
I'll take that question. Betty, what we do is we have members that are Seroptimists, and they are educators in the school. So that's an easy win because they are there already on the ground. So the educators are Seroptimist International Durban Club members. So we gave them a mandate to go out into their schools and start school clubs. So the educators manage the school clubs, firstly. Secondly, Garden Projects is one of the school club projects. And the educators see to it, who are Seroptimists, they see to it that the club, the students, execute the project, and they do it not during school hours or school time. They do it during their lunch breaks. Some stay a little bit after school, maybe a half an hour, an hour, and they ensure that it gets watered. They take turns. They have a roster. They basically have how must I say? They're adopted like a child, and then they come up with their own rosters and their own projects. And if something happens, if there's insects, if there's water shortage, whatever, they must come up with solutions. We allow them the creativity to come up with the solutions, to think outside the box, and bring their solutions firstly to the so-called club that's managing the school project. And then once the educator who's guiding them in the school club listens to them, and that she also advises them. We don't know much about gardening, but now on Google, you can ask any question. So we go to Google and we teach and we learn from each other. We share knowledge, we ask, and sometimes we go to nurseries and they give us a little bit of seedlings. And then we'll tell them, like, we had this problem with the seedling you gave the last time, and they'll say no, but that needs to be planted in the shade and not in the hot sun, for instance. So that's how we manage the school gardens. It's done, and it's tended and watered during school breaks and after school. So there's no school time allocated for school gardening, but the harvest goes to the students, or that school club decides who they should give the harvest to. Our first harvest, you saw, was very, very small, but it was very much appreciated, and they were very proud of it. Now we get obviously a bigger crop that we can share amongst a few families. So it's not much, but yeah, we're happy that we can give something back to the community. And they are using it. They wait in line. They put their names on a little roster to say, I want the next harvest. So we allow that as well. So yeah, it's an interesting project. I hope I've answered your question.
No, you have. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you, everybody. We are running out of time. We almost coming to the end of this webinar. Thank you all for your contributions. We've come to the end of this slot on questions and answer, which closes the webinar for today. It's been a wealth of knowledge, sharing, and listening. In closing, I once again extend my warmest welcome to our distinguished speakers and our dedicated audience. We are the Restoration Generation, a global community of environmental stewards, advocates, and visionaries who refuse to accept the status quo. We know that the challenge we face are great, but our resolve is greater today. We come together to share our knowledge and experiences and our unwavering determination to create a more sustainable, resilient world. Thank you all for your valuable contribution and your impact. It was my privilege and pleasure to be your moderator of this program. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Martha, you still have a hand up.
Hand out?
Hand up, yes, from Meha.
Talk.
Meha?
Is there anybody still on the line?
Yes.
Oui, oui. Oui, je voudrais vous remercier donc pour ce webinaire. I would like to ask you about. Thank you for this webinar. I would like to. I prefer speaking French. It's better for me. Excuse me. My English is very bad. So, Jelila, juste, je voulais vous demander si on pouvait avoir une plateforme où on pouvait mettre chacune nos projets, nos idées, et ce qui pourrait justement donner des idées à d'autres, et donc de partager tout ce que nous sommes en train de faire. Et je suis sûre que les clubs sont en train de faire beaucoup de choses, et il serait intéressant donc de valoriser tout ça sur une plateforme. Voilà, c'est ce que je voulais.
Très bonne intervention.
Merci beaucoup.
Très bonne intervention. Merci beaucoup, Mouna.
Merci.
Je vais te répondre en anglais, et puis si jamais il y a besoin, on peut aussi parler par la suite sur WhatsApp toutes les deux. So she just asked, she said that it will be a good idea, and it's indeed a good idea to share our experiences in a platform where we can inspired by each other from all the experiences done everywhere. So I just want to answer her saying that this is indeed, it's the database that we launched last year, and we have a part of this for a project for action. And Marta, we are still waiting for you to work with Khalid on this on this platform, because we have the platform. This is the database that we made, and so. But anyway, we will work on that those next 6 months that are still in my term, and then we can develop that. Yeah, it's almost done. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you for being with us in this webinar. Thank you, Marta, for being the moderator. You work very well, and I'm very proud of all ladies. I just want to say that this webinar is recorded, so you'll find it next week on the website, SIAF website, siafrica.org. And I asked Alima, but maybe she will answer me later, just to share her presentation, and you can find also those presentation in on the website. This is all what we said. I think I want to thank you again for your attendees. Thank you very much. As conclusion, I can say that we were 35 attendees from 1, 2, 3. From 12 countries for today. Thank you very much,
Bravo.
everyone. Yeah, that's
Thank
very
you.
good.
Bravo. Good night,
Yeah,
President.
Thank you.
Bravo,
And
Halima.
ladies.
hope
Maha.
to
Thank
see
you.
you
Good night.
again next time. Thank you very much. Hope
Thank
to see you
you.
again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Healthy.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Matt. I've been there.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Meha, tu as compris ce que j'ai dit, Meha? Meha, tu as compris ce que j'ai dit?
Good morning now. I have to.
Meha? Meha? No, she went maybe. Okay, anyway. Goodbye.
Oui, je t'entends. Enfin, il me semble avoir compris qu'il y avait déjà une plateforme et que vous travaillez dessus, c'est ça?
Voilà, c'est ça, exactement, oui.
Très
Il y a
bien.
Martha qui va s'en occuper.
On regarde dans le même sens. C'est très bien.
Parfait. Bravo.
Très
Merci
bien.
beaucoup, Léa.
Merci pour
d'être venue.
l'organisation. Merci.
C'est
Au revoir.
adorable. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Merci.